welcome back for another video. I'm Jess and I'm one of the creative designers here at Sizzix. Today I have the brand new Sizzix Essentials Collection to show you guys. I'm going to run through all of the dies, show you a little bit of inspiration and show you a finished make, which sneak peek is going to be this gorgeous card right here. There's tons in this collection. We've got thinlits, we've got stencils, we've got stamps. They're all amazing essential shapes that you're going to gravitate towards using over and over and over again. So yeah, I can't wait to share it with you. Let's jump in. I'm going to switch to my overhead camera so you guys can see it all a little bit closer. Let's run quickly through the designs in the collection, and they're all kind of really basic but essential shapes and designs that you're going to end up gravitating towards throughout the year for sure. So first off, we've got our framelits dies. This is 16 dies in the set, and this one is called banners and tags. You can see you've got a numerous amount of different tags, banner shapes, little arrows, all sorts of things, little speech bubbles, very, very cute. Then we've got our thinlit die, which has 10 sets in, and this one is grand numbers. So obviously perfect for any birthdays. You can get the first, second, third, fourth little elements in there as well, so you can attach those to any kind of numbers that you want, any configuration, which is great. They're a really nice size as well. Then we've got a stamp set, which has 17 stamps in the collection. You can see an array of different sentiments on there, all great generic ones that you can use for multiple occasions. This is called Essential Sentiments. The name suggests all essentials here. Happy birthday, congratulations, good luck, love you, best wishes, all the good stuff there. Then we've got birthday wishes. This is just 2 dies in the set, but it's a really nice size, and it's just really nice and large. So this is called Grand Happy Birthday. And it's super cute how it cuts into the banner shape there. Really nice size, like I said, this one. We've also got a framelit set. There's also a star set in this, which we'll get to. So this has got 12 dies, and they're all kind of oval shapes. Some of them have got a scalloped edge, some of them are just plain cut ovals. So these are fancy ovals, and you actually get 12 of these in this set, which is great because you get so many, and I love the fact that you get the scalloped edge on some of those as well. Similar to the birthday one, you have Hoorary. So this has just the 2 dies in there, but again, really, really nice size. I think would be useful for so many different collection designs, and this is Grand Hoorary. Love the font as well. You also get the exclamation mark in there. You also have the little reindeers and trees. So this is 12 dies in this set, and this one's called Hello Dear. Super cute. You can see you get the 2 deers, the trees, the snowflake elements, the little robin. You get quite a few little decorative elements as well in there, which is great. So perfect for any winter scenes. Similar to the fancy ovals, we have our stars. So this is 8 framelits in here. So this is fancy stars, and you can see some of them have the scalloped edge on there as well, which is fantastic. So you have multiple different sizes of there. And then we also have a layered stencil. So this is 2 layers for your stencil, and this one is called Berry Sweet. Obviously you can make it super festive using kind of holly berries, but you can also make it a little bit more all year round, which is great as well by changing up the colours. Quick look at some projects. So they've mixed and matched quite a lot of the projects here. So you can see we've got the banners with the Hoorary with the scalloped ovals in the background. We've got our layered stencil with some of the banners and the stars. We've got the ovals cutting out of our background. We've got stars in the background of our Hoorary. We've got the cutout numbers there with some of the sentiments. You can use the tag element, and that's cut from the layered stencil. There's so many different ways that you can mix and match these, and that's why they're a perfect kind of all essential range. You can see we've got our stars, we've got some of the banners, the tags, all sorts on there. You can also make bigger pieces. This is a gorgeous frame using that birthday wishes. We've got our stars, banners, numbers. You can see how well it all kind of mixes and matches together, which is fantastic. There's honestly so many different things that you can do with this collection, and I could just keep showing you different things over and over and over again. But yeah, just to give you a little bit of a flavour of the collection there with some finished projects, which is always nice to see, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to get these out the way and then we'll jump into a project. Okay, so to start off, I've got my card base, and I'm actually going to cut an aperture into the card base using some of the fancy oval dies. I'm going to take the largest oval there, and I'm going to place that, and I'm going to cut an aperture. Now obviously it's important to open up your card when you're cutting an aperture, because we don't want to cut both sides. And I'm going to grab my Big Shot Plus machine to make sure the whole thing fits through my machine when I'm cutting. And as you can see, when you cut that out, you have your aperture just on the front of your card, which is exactly what we want. While we're here, I'm going to cut out a scalloped edge to go around that in a darker pink. And then I'm also going to cut out some stars, which are going to go inside using the scalloped stars. So I've got my card front, I've got my scalloped oval, which is going to sit perfectly on there because I used the same size oval for my aperture as I did for the inside of my scalloped oval. And then I've also got a mixture of coloured stars in different sizes that I've cut using the fancy stars framelit set as well. So let's start piecing this all together. Now I'm going to stick this onto the outside using some glue. And underneath my aperture, I want to use something to make it look a bit frosted. So hopefully you can see that through there. I'm actually using some shrink plastic that I had left over from another project, but you could use like any kind of frosted plastic, or you could even use vellum if you wanted to. That's absolutely fine. And then I tend to just draw the oval very lightly onto the plastic so I know where I'm kind of working when I'm going to pop my stars on. So I'm going to arrange and place the stars so they're kind of not overlapping, but they're all visible as close to each other as I can get, so that when we go to put our oval over the top, we can see all of those gorgeous stars through there. I'm going to use foam tape to raise up the stars and foam tape around the edge so that I've got a little bit of depth in the card as well. So I'm going to stick those all down and apply the foam tape now. Tape everywhere that I want it. I'm just going to trim off any excess edges that are going to interfere with the sides of the card, like so, and then bring back my card front, and then I'm going to align it underneath there and press it down, and then we have a gorgeous little slightly opaque see-through star aperture, which is super fun. Now the last thing I think this needs is a sentiment, so I'm going to grab the Hoorary from the Grand Hoorary. As you can see, I said before, it's a really nice large size, so that is just going to fit perfectly across there. Now I've already cut it from some white cardstock, but I'm also going to cut it from this grey, sorry. Make sure that's big enough, I need a bigger piece. But I'm going to cut that from this grey, and then I'm going to overlap them. So I'm going to cut that out now using my Big Shot. Now I've got my 2 Hoorary sentiments. I'm going to spice up the white one just a little bit, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to apply some embossing powder to it. So I'm going to take a clear sticky ink. I'm going to press this in like this. You could do it the other way around. I just find that like it gets all over it really well when I do it like this. It does make your hands a little sticky, but you know, crafting can be a bit messy sometimes. So I'm going to completely cover the entire card with that sticky ink, place it in my funnel tray and sprinkle it with some gold embossing powder. There we go. Shake off the excess, and then I'm going to heat that with my heat gun. That looks good, I like it, but the key to making this look amazing is to go over it at least 2 or 3 times, and by repeating the process, even just a second time, it will give your sentiment or your die cut, whatever you're embossing and adding this technique to, an amazing kind of enamel effect. It's really, really cool. So we're gonna do that again, we're gonna completely cover it. Bring in our funnel tray again, and then cover it with the embossing powder. And if you haven't got enough, just tip it over and give it a good smush in the powder. Make sure it's all covered. Okay? And then we're going to go over it again with our heat gun. There we go. Hopefully you can already see, just by going over it the second time, I should have left that to fully dry. There we go. If you get smudgy fingers on it, don't worry, just add your heat gun the second time and it should even all out. But hopefully you can see that it's got this kind of like metal effect now, and the more layers you do, the thicker that's going to get and the more of that enamel effect that you're going to create. So it's completely up to you how many times you do it, but I think 2 is absolute minimum, and I still think that looks amazing, so I'm going to leave that as is. Now I'm going to bring back in my grey one that we used earlier, that we cut earlier, and I'm going to offset this onto the grey so it creates a kind of drop shadow effect. So I'm just going to turn this over. I'm going to add glue to the back of here. And then I'm going to stick it down, but not directly on top, just offset ever so slightly, just to create that kind of extra 3D drop shadow effect. So we want our shadow to be slightly underneath. And you can kind of position it where you want the shadow to be, what direction your imaginary light is coming from. And just give it a bit of a jiggle around until you're fully happy with how that sits on top of one another. like so. I think I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. You can keep going and keep moving it until the glue is fully set, just to make sure you're fully happy with it. I think that looks good. And then we can add it to our card front. So again, I'm just going to raise that up with just some little foam pads. And then I'm going to add some final sparkle with some gems. And then we'll see the finished result. And there you have it, your finished result, your finished Aperture card with those fun stars and your 3D sentiment. You can even change it up and do it in a slightly different tone. So this is more pastel-y and we've got a more bright shade here. But that is just using just a couple of the new Essentials range. So mostly the framelets, but we've also used the Hoorary there, and I've shown you tons of inspiration surrounding the whole collection. So hopefully you've been inspired to go and check the collection out and grab something for yourself, and please share anything that you make across our socials because we love to see it. But that is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye.